Unfortunately, in our busy world when noise is everywhere, the skill of silence has been lost, and conversation are constant. But what if the moments when we decide not to speak were as powerful as the moments we spend? How frequently do we pause and consider what the ancient philosophy of our quiet means Stoicism teaches individuals how to self-control via logic and emotional fortitude? It's a fantastic method to Zeno, the father of Stoicism, advised that it's preferable to trip with the feet rather than the tongue. This sage advice raises a fundamental query. How many times have we felt guilty for speaking quickly or angrily? But Stoicism doesn't simply advise us to utilize silence as a tool and refrain from doing things that we owe to ourselves. For development and tranquility, picture overcoming life's obstacles with the serene assurance that to Stoic philosophy, silence communicates louder than words could ever aspire to. Teaches that silence is a highly felt response that has been thoughtfully selected, not just the lack of words. It is a proactive, strong force with a strategy that can reduce conflict and protect us, and aid in our understanding. But when should we embrace silence? Together, we'll discover at 9 pivotal moments that choosing to remain silent is not only wise but also transformative as we go deeper into these teachings and consider how Stoic silence might alter the way you interact with people and your own mental health. What if you could? Instead of using angry words to conclude a heated argument, choose a calm, measured silence. Perhaps a brief silence will allow you to express your thoughts and feelings. Join us as we unearth the powerful moments to silence and allow the wisdom of Stoicism to lead us. Are you prepared to discover more about the profound understanding of Stoicism? Before you begin your adventure, number one, kindly leave a message when being number one, when unfair criticism is directed at you. Being harshly judged in the context of the Stoic philosophy is a special opportunity to grow stronger and demonstrate integrity. The key concepts behind. According to this ancient wisdom, Marcus, also known as the king, once stated that if something he added, that you are bothered by things outside of yourself, but it's not the item itself that's hurting you, but rather the way you view it, can alter your perspective at any moment, according to insight. What irritates us about criticism is not the criticism per such, but rather our perceptions and answer it by considering how you might be able to change the way you see criticism. Stronger, can you recall an instance where maintaining composure in the face of unjust criticism altered the course of, for instance, if you are in charge of a project at work and your supervisor gives it severe criticism, a Stoic reaction would be to examine the criticism with composure and get some insightful information. Epicus stated, disregarding any unfavorable information that isn't supported by facts, that doing things this way will maintain your professional honor and peace of mind. Don't talk regarding your theory. You must react here in order to live by philosophy. Calm, well-considered answers rather than defensive ones. You should allow the caliber of your answers and, in the end, your work speak for itself. Reacting to unjust criticism is a strategic move rather than only a passive one. One to accept the advice of Stoicism to concentrate on our responses that we can control and attitudes that transform potential disagreement into a testament to your personal fortitude and commitment to philosophy as you confront life's challenges. Consider how being silent might benefit you and what opportunities can arise if you prefer deliberate quiet than impetuous words. How might this technique, by applying Stoic ideas, you can not only enhance your own mental health, but also positively impact people around you? Into our everyday lives, particularly when we receive unjust criticism, we stand ourselves with a worldview that prioritizes moral fortitude over the fleeting approval of others, encourages individual development, and motivates others to follow suit. Particularly in today's environment, humility is frequently overshadowed by bragging and self-promotion. The wise Marcus Aurelius advises us to embrace silence, while Stoicism advises us not to spend time debating what a good man ought to be like in this context, on how being quiet in the face of boasting can cause a possibly ego-fueled. There will always be criticism in life, and it can transform an environment into one of introspection and personal development. It is frequently a useful tool for learning and development, but criticism isn't always fair even. It might be difficult to remain composed and behave appropriately in situations like these when the intent is to harm someone. A theory that originated in ancient Greece, the right way Stoicism has always suggestions on how to respond to harsh criticism with grace and dignity by adopting a Stoic concepts that allow us to transform negative experiences into opportunities for personal development and grow stronger on the inside. After all, what counts is how you handle things, not what happens to you. The Stoic principle is to respond to it. Epicus. What transpired? Pause to consider what to say when someone unfairly criticizes you, which prevents you from responding impulsively and provides you with take some time to reflect on the situation without becoming angry and remove the criticism from. As the Stoics stated, you are in charge of your thoughts and not the outside world. Marcus Aurelius, do this and you'll be resilient. Recognize that the criticism is unjust, simply demonstrates the reviewer's feelings or opinions, not your own merits. What you can do is separate the critique from your identity, as the Stoics suggested, so that you can see it more clearly. I'm looking for the truth, Marcus. Therefore, if someone can show me that my thoughts and actions are flawed, I'd be happy to change them. When Aurelius does this, even the most unjust judgment may contain a tiny bit of truth. Take advantage of any constructive criticism concealed within the injustice to better yourself and shed the, as the Stoic adage goes, bad thoughts that are unnecessary come first. Understand what you're saying, then tell epic tales of what transpired when someone wrongly criticizes you, be composed and courteous. This not only demonstrates, it also prevents things from getting worse, demonstrating your strength and control. A composed response frequently soothes the reviewer and demonstrates your maturity. Instead of wasting time debating what a decent man should be, focus on your own personal development. According to the Stoic, Marcus Aurelius should quit concentrating on unfair criticism and focus on your objectives and personal development instead. By concentrating on your own development, you may overcome the negative things that occur and continue on your path. Virtues, handling unjust criticism can be challenging, but if you adopt a Stoic values, you can use these circumstances as opportunities to develop and strengthen yourself. Don't forget to take a moment to reflect and distance yourself from the criticism. Worth searching for a shred of truth, responding calmly, respectfully, and maintaining your focus on personal development, you embody the Stoic ideal of maintaining composure and inner strength in the face of adversity. Number 2. The second is Stoic silence amid boasting. Imagine yourself at a networking event where a coworker is boasting as well. Maintain a Stoic silence during the exchange. Regarding their recent pay, increases, and opulent lifestyle, you may choose to offset their bluster with your own achievements. The strength of restraint is taught by Stoicism. If you choose to be quiet, you keep. You remain composed and allow others' remarks to reveal their true selves. Save your energy for more in-depth discussions. This approach not only preserves your reputation, but also makes you appear to be someone who is confident in their own accomplishments and doesn't require assistance from others. According to this theory, silence is a show of approval rather than inactivity, of calculated stillness that demonstrates expertise and assurance. Another sage remarking that one benefit should not be returned with another by someone who does not want to be outnumbered by higher benefits. In actual life, this implies that you shouldn't react to empty brag verbally, but how often do you find that your actions and character are quiet and graceful? If you were to respond to someone else's success story with your own, what may occur if you choose to pay close attention while acknowledging their achievements with a grin or a nod? Adopting Stoic silence in the midst of boasting while embracing your own virtues and objectives is a method to live a life that is characterized by inner peace and contentment rather than rivalry success, because it fosters an environment in which people can prosper happily and productively on the basis of true self-worth. Please consider this lesson and apply value rather than comparison measures. What you've discovered in your day-to-day existence about how to accept silence can improve your life, build partnerships more effectively. Kindly share your thoughts and tales in the "Let's cooperate to make each other's lives happier and more tranquil" in the space below. Number 3, when handling anger. And thirdly, when it comes to handling rage, it can feel like a violent storm that has the power to engulf all calm and reason. But Stoic philosophy provides a secure setting for a brief period of silence that aids in coping with these powerful emotions. Epicurus, a well-known Stoic person, advised remaining silent most of the time and talk only when necessary. Now picture a day at work where a colleague makes a mistake, results in hours of additional labor. Your initial reaction may be to snap in. But what would happen if you refrained from reacting in anger and instead opted to remain silent? Taking a moment to think more critically about the circumstance will help you stop the preventing disagreements from getting worse and fostering productive rather than combative solutions. Arguments. How often has your hasty, angry reaction caused you to reflect about how things would be different if you paused to collect yourself before speaking to Marcus Aurelius again? In his works, a well-known Stoic offers guidance on how much worse the outcomes are of rage than the things that enrage others. This idea prompts us to consider regarding the consequences of our anger. The most of the time, we believe that outbursts are worse than the initial cause of our anger. Concerning Nelson Mandela, a well-known leader who, despite spending years in prison, made the choice to forgive his abusers rather than becoming enraged, which not only enhanced his own life, but also used silence, for instance, to guide a nation toward healing. Choosing a response that aligns with your best self when you're upset doesn't imply suppressing your emotions. In addition to enhancing your personal tranquility, this exercise also results in improved connections and a more prosperous existence as you navigate the. Despite the unavoidable annoyances of everyday life, keep in mind that wisdom reigns in stillness, which can serve as your sanctuary. Adopt it, and you could discover that the silent reaction is not just the most insightful. However, the most potent fury is a common emotion that everyone experiences occasionally. On the other hand, unmanaged rage can be painful at certain points in their lives. Stoicism provides practical methods for managing relationships and your personal wellness. Rage by concentrating on self-control, rational thought, and inner tranquility. Determine the because, examine your triggers to determine the precise thing that enrages you. Self-reflection on a person, a situation, or an occasion. Consider why our presumptions and beliefs about things frequently play a significant part in letting you realize that you cannot alter the events that occur in the outer world, but you can alter how you respond to them. Engage in mindfulness exercises to keep your attention on the here and now, rather than on issues from the past or concerns about the deep breathing exercises in the future. When you're upset, practice deep breathing techniques to soothe your body and mind. Before you reply, take a moment to consider what may occur if you take action to alter your perspective and attempt to see things from the perspective of others. Using their perspective to demonstrate empathy might be beneficial. You feel less irritated and alter your perspective. Regarding the perspective of a Stoic philosopher, would they consider it irrelevant or crucial to concentrate on instead than focusing on the current problem? Consider practical solutions to manage it. Develop emotional resilience and acquire knowledge. To maintain self-control, remind yourself that you have the power to decide how you will respond. In emotional detachment, self-control, and patience. Take a step back, distance yourself from your emotions, and see the situation objectively rather than personally. Stronger on the inside, engage in activities that help you manage your emotions, such as working out. Utilize your anger constructively by writing in a book or practicing meditation. Instead of feeling irritated, direct your focus toward things that can benefit you, such as exercising or creating art. Utilize your rage as the opportunity to gain self-awareness and modify your behavior in the future communication tips. Discuss your feelings in a calm and being assertive without being antagonistic or irate, while effectively controlling your wrath, is crucial for your well-being and the well-being of your relationships. You may transform rage into a positive energy by understanding in the end, cultivating mindfulness alters your perspective and builds mental fortitude, and identifying constructive outlets for your rage. Heed the guidance of number 4. Use Stoicism to achieve inner serenity and lead a tranquil, healthy existence. Number 4. Remaining silent in the face of baseless rumors. Silence during conversations when there are unfounded rumors. When rumors are untrue, they can inflict injury and confusion, much like leaves caught in a windstorm. Philosophy provides us with a compelling response. Consider the tale of a small-town teacher who was falsely accused of wrongdoing as rumors circulated community. The instructor decided against adding fuel to the fire. By refuting or clarifying what transpired, she stood firm by using her integrity and honesty. This quiet is a wise choice based on knowledge rather than a passive submission. According to Marcus Aurelius, you have control over your thoughts rather than external circumstances. Recognize this and you'll be resilient. How many times have we witnessed hastily stated comments exacerbate situations? Refusing to remark on the charges will shield you from their arrows. As time passed, the teacher let the community's early enthusiasm to fade, and since the truth served as her defense and no new evidence surfaced, this demonstrates the Stoic conviction that rather than thinking about how you can control something, you should concentrate on what you can control, such as your responses and actions. Epictetus once remarked that if stories spread, you can't stop them. When someone criticizes you, you should always give them praise. According to the paradoxical strategy, responding to negative with optimism, or in this case, silence, can halt and alter the trajectory of fruitless exchanges when unfounded allegations are made to speak quietly in order to demonstrate respect and faith in the truth. Your own life, consider how crucial it is to hold off on responding to stories until when the storm passes. Keep in mind that the greatest approach to maintain your composure and reputation is to don't battle every whisper in these kinds of situations. Instead, live by the standard you preach. Circumstances, remaining silent is not just a means of self-defense, but also a strategy to demonstrate your commitment to Stoic ideals so that you can handle the Stoic silence to guide you through the turmoil of personal and professional relationship challenges. False rumors that claim to be the path to a successful, contented, and tranquil life. The fifth is how to handle loss. Fifth, how do you cope with loss? How do you handle the complete quiet that following a significant loss? Loss is a typical human occurrence that frequently leaves an emptiness that is full of grief and bewilderment. Yet Stoicism has a special method of handling profound suffering, such as renowned writer C.S. Lewis, who wrote about his sorrow following. In the book A Grief Observed, a man who loses his wife claims that the suffering he experiences today this is a really Stoic way of thinking, and it makes me happy like I did before. Stoics hold that life's greater natural flow includes our experiences, and that love and loss will always coexist, according to well-known Stoic Seneca. The day we fear will be our last is actually the birthday of philosophers who have thought a lot about this topic. If you view loss as a transformation instead, how may your reaction to it change eternity? Of an end, what could you possibly gain by embracing the subsequent silence? Grief, allowing yourself space and time to reflect and recover following his passing. Lewis didn't attempt to fill the quiet with justifications or diversions, but rather utilized it to examine his feelings and thoughts in depth, demonstrating the Stoic conviction that adversity can be utilized for personal development. His experience of loss demonstrated how maintaining deep emotional anguish can be managed and transformed into a positive experience with the support of a calm mind. Profound awareness of the beauty and fragility of life, silence following a loss isn't a way to give oneself time to unwind and reflect, or to conceal or deny what happened, and proceed to find purpose outside of the suffering you're experiencing at the moment. Allowing your emotions to develop naturally without forcing a conclusion. Consider how have you handled setbacks in the past? How might the Stoic discipline of introspective quiet benefit you going forward? How may this approach alter your own healing during times of grief? Please share your ideas and experiences with loss, as well as how it has affected the healing of people around you. What lessons have you gained, and how might Stoic practices have impacted your path? How has quiet aided your recovery? Let's discuss it and find a solution. Dealing with death is one of the most difficult things in life. It's difficult to cope with sadness and grief when you lose something significant in your life, such as a career, a loved one, or a significant opportunity. Stoicism, or an elderly Zeno of Citium in Athens, developed a theory that offers us timeless guidance on how to handle these difficult times by even when we have lost something incredibly important, a Stoic perspective can help us remain calm and strong. It's critical to acknowledge and embrace your feelings. It's crucial to comprehend. And Stoicism tells us that emotions are natural responses to situations. Thus, we should accept the sentiments that accompany losing someone. If someone criticizes you and it's truly epic, keep moving on. If it's a falsehood, Titus advises us to correct ourselves. This great leader not only maintained the peace, but she also instructed her people to laugh at those who didn't believe in order to help them see past the lies. She gradually lost faith, yet her composed demeanor and constant dedication demonstrated that stoic quiet may be beneficial. Maintain your reputation and dignity. This tale demonstrates how Stoicism can be applied in contemporary life by demonstrating how our responses to inaccurate information can either intensify the conflict or release it. It also demonstrates that remaining silent is an active and strong method of allowing our lives and accomplishments to demonstrate our character. The next time you hear rumors, consider this strategy and how stoic quiet might help you maintain your composure and concentration, and how it could affect how others perceive you. I would like you to share your thoughts and experiences with handling rumors in what lessons have you taken away from these incidents, and how has your thoughts could help someone find their way if silence helped you get through them. Rumors may spread quickly, damage your reputation, generate a lot of anxiety, and make making matters more complicated. It's critical to devise effective strategies for handling rumors in a world when information is disseminated rapidly. Stoic knowledge is eternal. Idea that teaches us how to remain composed and reasonable in the face of issues. Control your emotions. It's critical to control your emotions. Verify that when you hear stories and respond hastily or angrily, it can try to control your emotions instead of making things worse and giving the stories more weight. In check, examine the problem objectively and take a moment before responding. Take deep breaths. Remind yourself that your value is not defined by the opinions of others, and engage in activities that help you relax, such as mindfulness or meditation, to maintain composure, gain clarity, and gather information. Uncertain ideas and information frequently give rise to rumors. Do not take them at face value. Rather than taking things at face value, investigate the facts, locate reliable sources, and collect accurate information to determine the true nature of the narrative. Consult with trustworthy individuals who can give you additional details before making a choice. So ask questions and search for evidence. That this approach enables you to respond to situations based on facts rather than conjecture. Before you take action, as your response to a story can significantly impact how it's true, that when you behave without considering the possibility that you might misunderstand anything, spread the word even more. Rather of responding hastily and strategically, have a look at consider the potential outcomes of responding to the rumor in a calm and collected manner. Precise manner if necessary. Sometimes the best course of action is to be silent or speak slowly while paying attention to. The best defense against false rumors is to demonstrate via your behavior and demeanor that you are a decent person throughout time. Tales can be settled by being truthful at all times, and demonstrating your character by acting in ways that are consistent with your values and beliefs in all you do. The more you behave in the same manner over time, the better it is for you and demonstrates your true self. False stories are less likely to be accurate when people don't care about what others believe. That Stoicism encourages you to let go of things that are beyond your control and concentrate on what you can. The second group comprises the opinions of others. In tales about you, keep in mind that you have no control over what other people believe or say. Be mindful of your actions and thoughts. Embrace who you are and have faith. Regardless of what others think, be true to your principles. Stoic values like controlling your feelings, discovering the truth, reacting sensibly, remaining steady, and not considering other people's opinions can help you handle rumors in a reasonable and fair manner. By following these suggestions, you can manage the issues that stories create with composure and fortitude, safeguarding your number 8 in the face of injustice. When faced with injustice, Stoic philosophy instructs us to prioritize honor and peace of mind. Number 8. Handle life's challenges fairly and with inner strength. This is particularly crucial when we encounter injustice. As the sage Epicurean once said, bear, and this maxim encourages us to endure hardships without grumbling and to provide forgiveness to others for their errors. Nelson Mandela battled apartheid in South Africa in a manner that made this theory abundantly evident. Mandela's lengthy incarceration may have caused him to furious, but he displayed a profound stoicism by publicly endorsing peace and cooperation. If someone criticizes you and it's truly epic, keep moving on. If it's a falsehood, Titus advises us to correct ourselves. This great leader not only maintained the peace, but she also instructed her people to laugh at those who didn't believe in order to help them see past the lies. She gradually lost faith, yet her composed demeanor and constant dedication demonstrated that stoic quiet may be beneficial. Maintain your reputation and dignity. This tale demonstrates how stoicism can be applied in contemporary life by demonstrating how our responses to inaccurate information can either intensify the conflict or release it. It also demonstrates that remaining silent is an active and strong method of allowing our lives and accomplishments to demonstrate our character. The next time you hear rumors, consider this strategy and how stoic quiet might help you maintain your composure and concentration, and how it could affect how others perceive you. I would like you to share your thoughts and experiences with handling rumors. In what lessons have you taken away from these incidents? And how has your thoughts could help someone find their way if silence helped you get through them? Rumors may spread quickly, damage your reputation, generate a lot of anxiety, and make making matters more complicated. It's critical to devise effective strategies for handling rumors in a world when information is disseminated rapidly. Stoic knowledge is eternal. Idea that teaches us how to remain composed and reasonable in the face of issues. Control your emotions. It's critical to control your emotions. Verify that when you hear stories and respond hastily or angrily, it can try to control your emotions instead of making things worse and giving the stories more weight. In check, examine the problem objectively and take a moment before responding. Take deep breaths. Remind yourself that your value is not defined by the opinions of others, and engage in activities that help you relax, such as mindfulness or meditation to maintain composure, gain clarity, and gather information. Uncertain ideas and information frequently give rise to rumors. Do not take them at face value. Rather than taking things at face value, investigate the facts, locate reliable sources, and collect accurate information to determine the true nature of the narrative. Consult with trustworthy individuals who can give you additional details before making a choice. So ask questions and search for evidence that this approach enables you to respond to situations based on facts rather than conjecture. Before you take action, as your response to a story can significantly impact how it's true that when you behave without considering the possibility that you might misunderstand anything, spread the word even more, rather of responding hastily and strategically. Have a look at consider the potential outcomes of responding to the rumor in a calm and collected manner. Precise manner, if necessary. Sometimes the best course of action is to be silent or speak slowly, while paying attention to. The best defense against false rumors is to demonstrate via your behavior and demeanor that you are a decent person throughout time. Tales can be settled by being truthful at all times, and demonstrating your character by acting in ways that are consistent with your values and beliefs in all you do. The more you behave in the same manner over time, the better it is for you and demonstrates your true self. False stories are less likely to be accurate when people don't care about what others believe. That Stoicism encourages you to let go of things that are beyond your control and concentrate on what you can. The second group comprises the opinions of others and tales about you. Keep in mind that you have no control over what other people believe or say. Be mindful of your actions and thoughts. Embrace who you are and have faith. Regardless of what others think, be true to your principles. Stoic values like controlling your feelings, discovering the truth, reacting sensibly, remaining steady, and not considering other people's opinions can help you handle rumors in a reasonable and fair manner. By following these suggestions, you can manage the issues that stories create with composure and fortitude. Safeguarding your number 8. In the face of injustice. When faced with injustice, Stoic philosophy instructs us to prioritize honor and peace of mind. Number 8. Handle life's challenges fairly and with inner strength. This is particularly crucial when we encounter injustice. As the sage Epicurean once said, bear, and this maxim encourages us to endure hardships without grumbling and to provide forgiveness to others for their errors. Nelson Mandela battled apartheid in South Africa in a manner that made this theory abundantly evident. Mandela's lengthy incarceration may have caused him to furious, but he displayed a profound stoicism by publicly endorsing peace and cooperation. Resilience. Mandela made a decision rather than passively allowing injustice to occur. Instead of focusing on achieving equality, this choice demonstrates a crucial. According to the Stoic concept, our greatest strength is our capacity to decide how to respond to outer circumstances. How would adopting Mandela's example impact our own lives? Can we decide to show our feelings about the unfair things that happen to us? Being compassionate and understanding even when it seems impossible by remaining silent. When in his meditations, Marcus Aurelius stated that when unfair things happen, the finest one method to exact revenge on someone who has wronged you is to choose not to fight with them, and instead Mandela transformed an entire society by cultivating a spirit of healing and forward thinking. Country's views on justice and peace in his life demonstrates to us that being quiet is not a symbol of surrender, yet it may also be a potent instrument for change and an indication of personal integrity. Being stoic does not imply accepting things passively. Instead, injustice entails a calculated and morally sound silence that helps us get ready for positive action. It's about maintaining inner serenity and employing serene to encourage deliberate responses that rectify misconduct and cultivate a working together to create a better future. As we confront both minor and major injustices, serve as a reminder of Mandela's unsung courage and the lessons his legacy imparts. That sometimes the deepest reaction is fostered in quiet, enabling us to lay the groundwork for adopting this can lead to significant change and a happier, more prosperous existence. Change both individual adversity and group conflict, bringing us to a more everyone must deal with harsh circumstances at some point in their calm lives. As a Stoic, it's critical to respond to these situations with composure and understanding. Of Stoic philosophers such as Epicurus and Marcus Aurelius Seneca may teach you how to handle unfavorable circumstances by concentrating on what we can regulate. Maintaining internal composure and responding rationally are some of the keep your inner tranquility and concentrate on your inner state. Marcus Aurelius asserts that you should maintain emotional control and a calm head, regardless of what is happening around you. Use techniques like deep breathing, awareness, and self-control to manage your emotions. Meditation. Recognize that you can only alter how you feel, not what you can change. Respond to other people's actions with reasoned responses. Instead, consider your options before acting. Instead of moving mindlessly, pause and consider what would be the best course of action. Try to comprehend and determine the reason for the unfair event. This can be helpful. Clarify the situation and perhaps even offer a solution to prevent retaliation. Trying to exact revenge or fury on others simply makes matters worse. Think about your ideals and respond in a calm and reasonable manner to your values at all times, allowing your actions to stem from your fundamental convictions and moral integrity, and make sure your response aligns with your values and preserves your honor. Set a positive example and demonstrate to others how to handle injustice with dignity and respect by your behavior. Search for positive responses with a problem-solving mindset. Rather than focusing on the issue, enter the circumstance with the mindset of figuring out how to resolve it through dialogue. The parties concerned in a candid and open manner in an effort to arrive at a just solution. Encourage change whenever possible by attempting to alter the system that get to the bottom of the unfair situation. Learn, halt, and consider what transpired. Consider what you can personally learn from it. Growth. See the experience as an opportunity to develop yourself and strengthen yourself for the future. The abilities and knowledge required to manage such situations more effectively in the future, it's critical to maintain composure. React sensibly, stay loyal to your ideal self, seek out practical solutions, and gain knowledge. From the experience of encountering injustice, if you adhere to these basic values that allow you to handle harsh circumstances with compassion and integrity. Number 9, turning them into opportunities to improve and grow. Number 9, Stoic wisdom in the face of insults. Epicus was a Stoic philosopher who once handled insults with Stoic wisdom, stated that you will become aware of your complicity if someone is successful in inciting you. Every time someone abuses us, this maxim should serve as a wake-up call. Additionally, this insight teaches us a profound method to handle insults by remaining silent, that we have a choice in how we respond, opting for empathy and quiet rather than confrontation. Mahatma Gandhi, for instance, he encountered hostility and opposition during his struggle for Indian independence, but he responded without hostility or insult. Rather, he remained mute and acknowledged that Gandhi thought there was a hiya, or the Stoic way of life, is comparable to pacifism, which is cheerful. Gandhi's response to physical and verbal abuse was to remain silent during this, frequently devalued his adversaries and garnered popular support for his cause. How might adopting a similar position change the dynamics of your relationships with others when you are offended? What may you gain by maintaining? When someone attacks you, you remain composed and give yourself space to act purposefully rather than reacting verbally. This stern technique not only helps you stay composed, but also makes you less impulsive. You appear to be a leader who is superior to everyone else, regardless of minor differences, that repeated Marcus Aurelius's assertion that the effects of grief and rage are far severe than the factors that caused us to feel those emotions. Consider this while you address the issues that arise daily. Consider the potential consequences of this stern silence. Could it hold the secret to a better, more prosperous existence for you? How might your actions have an impact on how others handle issues? As we've examined the 9 crucial moments to embrace final results, Stoic counsel on how to live with loss and silence has showed us how to. Marcus Aurelius once remarked, "Don't waste time arguing about peace and understanding." In keeping with his remarks, let's put what a good man ought to be into practice. Decide when to speak and use the deep strength that comes from silence. Knowing when to listen can help us feel free and lead a calm, joyful, and kind life. To apply these Stoic ideas to your regular discussions and observe how the impact of deliberate stillness can make your life better. If you thought this talk was insightful and helpful, then hit the like button, write down your thoughts, and remember to share these profound philosophical concepts with everyone you know. If you're new, please subscribe to our channel to receive more in-depth Stoicism courses that will aid in your personal development. See you in the upcoming classes.